Welcome into the live stream. I'm Shelby. I'm a 71% successful grant writer, and I am the founder of Grantfully, which is the easy to use grant search engine that is going to help you find grants that serve in your favor. And also, you can track the entire process, a done for you service for just $30 per application submission. Welcome into the live stream. If you are new here, welcome in, friend. Make sure you like the live stream if you don't mind, please, and share this live stream and also subscribe. So I have won millions of dollars in grants, and this is what I do. I dedicate every day to get on daily live streams to teach you how to search and apply to grants, and also how to access them, and so many more questions that you guys have. So in this live stream, I'm going to teach you what a grant is, and we are going to go over a grant that you can actually apply to today. So grants, all right, small business grants is opportunities that you can get that's for free. You actually don't have to pay them back. This is different funding than what you're used to, which is like loans and lines of credit and credit cards. While it is funding that might take you a little while to get approved and to move forward, it's so worth it. Imagine kickstarting 2026 with a $100,000 grant opportunity that you don't have to pay back. It's non-dilutive. There's no strings attached. Okay. So in today's live stream, we're going to go over that. And I'm so happy and blessed that you're here with me. Okay. Any questions that you might have as we're going along this live stream, please don't hesitate to drop your questions and to share your concerns about small business grants or any small business development help that you need inside of the chat. I have been a 10-year entrepreneur, and before I became the founder of Grantfully, I ran my own, or I still run, Superior Solutions, which is a small business development consultancy. So I help you guys who are startups or who are seasoned small business owners actually scale and reach your goals of $1 million in a year or $6 million, goals that you might have. I help motivate you and set you up for things like pitch competitions, grant opportunities, investment capital, or even if you need just that extra motivation and push to actually start selling your product and service. So in today's live stream, let's get started. First, before I get started, I want to shout out everybody in the chat. Of course, I love an interactive chat. And as you are coming in, please like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push this good live stream out to so many other entrepreneurs who are ready to kickstart 2026 with $100,000 for free in their business bank accounts. So, hi everybody. Hi Dennis. Thanks so much for your consistency. I hope you're having a blessed Tuesday. And hey Sherry, thanks so much for being here. Good morning, everybody. I'm so happy that you are here. So grant is free money that you don't have to pay back. So there's no strings attached to this money, literally. There's no credit checks. And the thing about funding now is that everybody is afraid to run their credit, but you don't have to worry about that with grant funding. So there's no credit inquiries. You don't have to worry about providing your social security number. You don't have to worry about uploading a picture of your ID. You also don't have to worry about them logging into your bank accounts and checking to see if you are eligible for this opportunity. This does not happen with grants. Grant funding is solely for startups, small business grants, because there's different grants out here, okay? Small business and nonprofit grants are solely to help you start your business or scale the business that you currently have, and they give you money towards your mission. So let's say, for example, you have a nonprofit that helps persons with disabilities have a safe space during the daytime, and you can actually bring your person, you might have a child with a disability, right, who might be autistic or whatever have you, and you might have like a facility that they can come and play and have a good time. Well, there may be a grant. In most cases, there is a grant that you can actually receive thousands of dollars that will help you towards building on your mission, which is helping those persons with disabilities have a daycare center. You may be a startup that's starting a lawn care service, a trucking business, a hair salon, or hair beauty school, right? You might be a person that is opening up a cannabis store. You might be a person that's doing a holistic wellness center for married couples. Whatever your business is about and whatever your business mission is, there will always be a grant that you can actually apply to and possibly win. So Notice I said possibly when. The number one thing that you should actually, if there's anything that you don't take from this live stream, you should know, and I'm fully transparent, that grants are a competitive funding opportunity. 33 million small business owners and counting in the United States right now. 84% of the 33 million small business owners don't go for grant funding, which means that it's $90 billion left on the table at the end of the year every year for the last, let's say, 5 years since 2020. Okay? $90 billion. Let's talk about why most small business owners actually don't go for grant funding. The number one reason why they are not, you guys are not hip to it. In other words, you might not know what a grant is. You don't understand how the process works, and you don't know where to find grants. Okay, so you are not educated properly on what a small business grant is or a nonprofit grant is. Two, a second reason why most small business owners don't go for grants is because it's too confusing. They are confused on exactly how to properly answer the questions to deliver their business mission and to get the grantors to clearly understand exactly how they would use the money. And three, it's time consuming. It's time consuming. That is the third reason why. These are the three reasons why most small business owners don't go for grants. Number one, simply because they're not well educated on exactly what a small business grant is and how awesome it is. Number two, because it is too confusing on exactly what they are looking for on the grant application. And number three, because it is too time consuming. Now, for the small business owners, we have so much really good information out here through like social media channels like TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, here on YouTube. YouTube is like one of the biggest like video and like information platforms, right? Social media platforms. Now, with there being so much information out here, there are a lot of small business owners that understand exactly what a grant is. But the dark side of grants, they just don't like, right? They have their own negative feeling about grants and they just feel like there's no point. What the mindset behind that, right? I've noticed out of my 10 years of doing this is that 84% remains 84% because not only because of those other three reasons, but also the small business owners that understand exactly what a grant is, they believe that they don't want to go for funding that's not 100% guaranteed. They don't feel like it's not worth their time submitting the grant applications because they've actually never won a grant out of all the grants that they've applied to. And then they also feel like, why would I go for a grant opportunity when I could just simply go for a loan? Let me go ahead and rebuttal those ideas, okay? So number one, okay, the idea that grants is not 100% guaranteed. While this is true, and there's no 100% guarantee that you could win a grant, there's also no 100% chance that you would actually get a loan opportunity too, or a business credit card. This is true, especially as a minority business owner, okay? I have a client right now, and she says, I want to go for grants. I actually like the idea of grants. Imagine I could get $10,000, $100,000 to be able to start my financial consulting business. However, I need the money now. And I know that with grants, it can take time. So right now, I want to go for funding that I can get right now. So I asked her, I said, what is your ultimate plan? What does your business actually do? And she tells me, well, I'm a financial consulting business. So what we do is we help other small business owners actually get funding. We help them get loans and lines of credit, and whatever funding we get for them, we actually take a percentage out of it. This is what my client is saying. This is not what I do. So if you're just coming in, I'm a professional grant writer and I'm a business consultant, but that's not what I do. Okay. And so my client's like, yeah, so I believe I need some funding right now. Mind you, my client is a person that helps other small business owners and startups get funding, right? She's focused on helping you guys get loans, lines of credit, and credit cards. And she wants a percentage out of whatever she gets you. So she herself, who understands exactly what she needs to have before she goes for business funding, is actually having the greatest challenge of getting approved to those types of opportunities. She has been running her personal and business credit through the mud. And matter of fact, they found that there's 4 derogatory marks on her personal credit that is not allowing her to be able to get approved to any loan opportunity for her new startup. Imagine that. A person who is looking to help others in this particular sector can't even get approved for that type of opportunity. Interesting, right? Because there's no 100% guarantee. What the banks see, or whatever their reasons for why they're not going to give you the opportunity, can be thousands of other reasons for the reason for why they're saying no. And during these times of no diverse equity inclusion opportunities, right? Because there's no DEI anymore, the banks actually don't have to tell you why they denied you. They're not obligated to tell you that. I'm saying all of that to say, friend, that there is no 100% guarantee, even if you have good personal credit, assets, and you have a stock portfolio that's out of this world, that you would actually get approved to a loan opportunity as well. And also, why go for loan opportunities that you have to start paying back in 30 days, but you haven't started and focused on how you're going to make money through your business? You can actually suck at being a business owner. So now you have this $100,000 loan that you have to pay back, but you don't even like the business itself anymore. Why put yourself through that stress? You know what I mean? And so are you going to be that type of person that runs away from your accountability and responsibility and actually doesn't pay this $100,000 loan back, uses the money for your personal use, and run off with the bank? That's fraud. That's being a scam. And I don't believe that you're that type of person. Okay? So for the people who feel like I'm not going for grants because there's no 100% guarantee, you actually have a really much a greater chance at going for grants. It's just all about how you answer the questions. And the problem is, the reasons for why you are saying that is because you don't thoroughly know how to answer the grant questions. That's okay. I'm going to help you out with answering the grant questions in this live stream. And I'm going to reassure you that you are worthy of this free money that you can actually get. Okay. 2, you feel like there's some small business owners out here that feel like, I don't want to waste my time on applying to grants. When you apply to grants, you never waste your time. Even if you don't receive the grand prize of $100,000, you still have the ability to receive what's called perks and deals. So let's say you are a small business owner that needs $10,000 towards your marketing strategy. And in your marketing strategy, you want to put that $10,000 towards Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and Google ads. Well, let's say you apply to a $100,000 small business grant through Google. Now, you might not have won the $100,000 grand prize, but Google may still give you $5,000 in Google ad credits just for you applying towards that opportunity. So you didn't win the grand prize, but you still got something out of it, which means you didn't waste your time with applying. You get what I'm saying? You're never wasting your time when you are applying to grants also, because you become excuse me, you become a part of this funding community that allows you to learn so much more about how to prepare your small business or your startup for other funding opportunities. You also get the chance to be a part of a community that you can serve and help them solve their problems with your product or service. So, for example, I fund women. Earlier this year, actually in August. They gave out a $100,000 grant through Poker Power. And the Poker Power community is an awesome community. This is owned by a woman named Jen and her daughter, and they started the Poker Power community during COVID. And what they did was it would be her and her daughter playing poker, learning how to play poker. We were all, in the quarantine or whatever. So it wasn't much for us to do during that time. So she invited her best friend, and their mom, and the 4 of them would actually play poker. And what the mother found is that playing poker is actually more than just playing the game. Playing poker is actually a strategy. So they created Poker Power. Poker Power now gives out multiple $100,000 grant opportunities to all small business owners and startups, no matter what race, gender, ethnic group, or sexuality you're a part of. Okay. If you are a small business owner, that's the perfect opportunity for you. I applied to it. And while I did not win the $100,000 grand prize, I got so much more out of that. I became a part of a funding community of over 1,000 people. And out of that 1,000 people, those hundreds of people that was joining the webinars that they were doing every week, teaching us how to pitch, teaching and introducing us to different investors, and actually doing virtual networking opportunities, I got to market my business in every webinar through the Zoom chat of what I do, my grant writing services, and I gained over 100 people that signed up for the Grantfully funding community. It was so worth it. It was so worth it. And out of those 100 people, I got at least 5 people that actually signed up for my highest, my highest paid grant writing service. Yeah. So it was worth it. And then like being a part of that, like I would have never been a part of that Grantfully, like that funding community. I would have never met those 100 people and got them to sign up for Grantfully. I would have never got those 5 people to pay my high ticket price if I would have never applied to that grant. So the idea behind, oh, applying to a grant is no point in doing it, you're wasting your time. Well, that's not true. There's perks and deals that come behind it. Simply because you apply or simply because you join the email list, there's so many additional resources that they give out. And matter of fact, their resources are much more like high quality and solid than the SBA. Okay, cool. And then last but not least, I forgot the third one that I said earlier, but in so many ways, you should apply to a grant. Some you do have some that feel like grant, like the grantors, so the people who are giving out the money, they already have the people that they want to choose. That's absolutely illegal. All right. There are actually rules that in this grant writing world that you can can't do that, right? If they find out that you created a $10,000 grant program and you decided to give it to your cousin, that's fraud. You're going to jail. Okay. So no, those things absolutely don't happen. That's not that's actually a myth. Okay. Don't allow anybody to discourage you from you receiving your opportunity. I noticed that there are actually people put in place, and this is more spiritual on the spiritual side that I'm talking about, but there's actually people put in place to actually stop you from reaching your destiny. These people don't want to see you do great. I can't even count on my fingers, right, of how many times I've had consultations with different people, men and women, throughout this entire year of 2025 so far, that they have all told me, I am so happy that I met you. I feel like I can tell you everything about what I want to do with my business. You are really good at listening to me, organizing my steps, and telling me what I need to do, and also giving me great ideas. And I can't do that with my coworkers. I can't do that with my best friend. I can't do that with my spouse. I can't do that with my cousins or my family. And I say this all the time. The reason why is because those people are not on your frequency. In other words, your destiny is different. Everybody has their own destiny path. One person wants to own a franchise of Starbucks, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A's, and McDonald's. You want to start your own business, own your own company, be global, and become something very revolutionary. The pathways are going to be different. So you do have to meet with a business coach that is easy for you to comprehend what they're saying. So that way you can tell them what your concerns are, and they are willing to break it down and give you all of the necessary opportunities and execution strategies that you can take advantage of. Yes, the conversation with me is going to be different from your spouse. Yes, the conversation with me is going to be different from your coworkers. Yes, the conversation with me is going to be totally different from your best friend, because I am an experienced entrepreneur who's already hit my $1 million ticket, who's already won millions of dollars in grants. I have already been through the ebbs and flows of business that you possibly might go through. And the good thing about my experience is I can tell you, don't take this path, but take this path, so that way you can reach there quicker. So it's different. Our conversations are going to be different, and it's going to be on a deeper level. Not to toot my own horn, I give all glory to God for sure. But I'm just saying, don't allow anybody to stop you from being able to reach the opportunity. I had a client this year where she's a Black woman-owned business. She has her own wellness center. And She won a $10,000, not $10,000, $100,000. Sorry, she won one of the $100,000 opportunities. I posted it as a short. This was a couple of months ago, and she was like, I knew about grants, but I never cared about grants. This is not my thing. I know about loans, but I didn't want to take out a loan because I don't want to go in debt. I don't want to like do that in the whole with the whole debt situation. I heard about grants, but I'm not well versed in it. So Shelby, like, you're just gonna have to let me know what's going on. Like, just keep up with me. And I'm also really busy on my clients that I'm currently getting right now. I understood where she was coming from, but this is a person who had never applied to grants before. She knows about them, she understands, but she's never applied. And then she took the chances on me, right? And she hired me to write grants for her, and she won $100,000 off of like the first 2 months of her being with me. And she received she received the win after the first 30 days of being with me. So now that changed her entire perspective of, okay, this is a real thing. So of course she's telling her other business friends, and then they join in, and then we just have conversations and we move forward from there. But then she also doesn't look at me as just a grant writer. She has conversations with me because I ask probing questions, because I don't want to be just a grant writer. That's not my business. I have a small business development consultancy. So ultimately, I'm a coach. This is why I'm putting all the grant writing into one big SaaS platform, tech platform, into Grantfully. So the team just does the work. But I want to focus on continuing to educate and motivate and creating strategies, because guess what that does? That makes me smarter, and I can help people of different industries and build me as a really good company CEO for one of these big companies around here. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win situation with me. She actually won, and she had never applied to a grant before. The same thing can happen for you. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. You know what grants are. Grants is free money that you don't have to pay back. You can win this grant money from places like Amazon, Uber, DoorDash, all these other big companies, Nike, Macy's, Sephora. They give out grants. You can also get a grant from your state and local governments, and you can also get a grant from any private investor or private sector that's giving out grant money. Two main websites that I use to find grants right now is grantwatch.com. It is a $50 a month subscription, or you can visit HelloSkip. HelloSkip is free, and you can apply to grants through there. If you are not tech savvy, hire a grant writer. If you are not tech savvy, you understand what grants are about, and you want to go for grant opportunities, hire a grant writer. If you are a person that understands, you're tech savvy, you understand what grants are, you want to go for grant opportunities, but you don't have the time, hire a grant writer. Simple. I've also had people say, oh, I got on HelloSkip and it's not free. Yes, it is. There's a white X in the top right-hand corner. You booked a $50 consultation with me to get on here and to tell me that HelloSkip is not free when it actually is free. Are you tech savvy or not? Tell me you're not tech savvy without telling me. And that's what's going on here. Okay. So I understand not everybody has the opportunity to really see, right? And to slow down and to see. My brother's like that. My brother is the type that he'll bring up a web page. He doesn't read nothing on the webpage and say, I don't know where to go, when literally there's a big red arrow that says click here. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's like a disconnection from the eyes and the brain. I don't know what that is. If anybody knows like the scientific thing of what that is. But yeah, so I know people, I have people in my own family that do that. So I understand if you're one of those people, be honest with yourself, hire somebody who knows how to navigate through these websites and who can actually find the grants that serve your favor and apply to grants for you. I do offer a grant writing service, but I would rather have a one-on-one consultation with you. I'm very picky on my clients. That's simply because I don't want to get somebody who doesn't understand and comprehend what's going on. All right. So if that's something you're interested in, the link is in the description. But ultimately, what I would rather you do right now is join the Grantfully community. I have a free webinar on Saturday. On Saturday, we're going to go over what your business website needs to have so you can go for funding, That's really fun, right? And how you can get a business website done quick and easy and fast and hurry and at low cost, right? So if you want to join the webinar and all of our other weekly webinars and also receive a weekly grant list that you can apply to, a list of 5 grants you can apply to every week, then make sure you visit grantfully.org. I'm going to put it in the chat, grantfully.org. You can visit grantfully.org and download my free grant writing checklist. So that way you can reassure yourself on all the things you need to have before you go to grants. Go for grants. I get that question all the time. Shelby, what do I need before I go for grants? Well, here is the list of 10 to 14 things that all small business owners and all startups need to have before they go for grants. If you have everything on this list, it's truly going to help you increase your chances of approvals, okay? So go to grantfully.org and reassure yourself on what you need, okay? So let me say hey to everybody in the chat. I know some of you guys are coming in. And don't forget, drop your questions and your small business concerns in the chat. I love an interactive chat. I'm here to help you. This is free consultation. This is free help. This is free information. This is free education. Why not take advantage of this time early in the morning, kickstart your Tuesday, and get ready and prepare for 2026 for this free money that you deserve in your business bank account, and also start making some money right now so you can show proof that your product and service is actually needed in the market, that you have a solution to everybody's problem, okay? So let's get into it. Let's see. Okay, so hey, Frandy. Frandy says, cannabis restaurant is my vision. I want to grow cannabis spiritually and financially in my walk of life. Amen. All right. Do your thing. Okay. While I don't smoke cannabis, it's not my thing, you know. Do your thing. All right. I don't know what that business industry looks like, but keep pushing. All right. God bless you. Let's see. Hey, Renee. Good morning, friend. You look beautiful. Absolutely. I hope you're having an amazing Tuesday, and I hope you're being productive. Renee owns a trucking business, so I hope you are doing very well in your trucking business. You have been with me for a year, so I hope the next time we have a consultation, my friend Renee, something has moved forward. Something has moved forward. Okay? Ain't no way a whole 12 months went by and ain't nothing going. Something has had to happen. You have to be making money from your business. So I can't wait to have a conversation with you on the update, okay? Hey, Tamala, good morning. I pray that you're having a great Tuesday and ready to have a productive day. Lakeisha, hi. Lakeisha says, yay, I caught a morning live. Hey, my good sister. Hey, Lakeisha, long time no see, friend. I pray you're having a great start to your day. Let's see. Robert Ling Jr., hey, friend. Thanks for being a part of the gang, right? The Superior Solution Gang. Thank you so much. And I hope you're having a great day. Lakeisha says, I just made board of WBC in my city. Can't wait to connect my peers with you. Awesome. WBC is Women Business, Women Business Center. And so she made the board, and that's super awesome. Congratulations, Lakeisha. And that is super dope. Okay. That really makes you and your business look more credible. All right. So make sure you put that on your website so people can know you are on the board of the WBC. Okay. And what happens is, by you targeting more women love supporting women, period. We like to support the girls. So yeah, absolutely. GS, I heard so many people who didn't have hope for grant funding. Yeah, that's a thing. It's literally a thing. Let's see. All right, let's see. What else? Who else do we have in here? Okay, so let me go ahead and pin my message. Puma Coten says, sorry, I'm feeling ill. I'll see you tomorrow. Everyone have a great day. Have a great day. Thanks so much for joining, and your consistency means everything to me. Feel better, and I'm so sorry that you're feeling bad. Take you some medicine and get some rest, okay? What's the cost for my services? A couple $100. City of Faith Worship Center. Good morning. Hi, good morning. I hope you're having a blessed start to your day on this Tuesday. Thanks so much for being here. Dennis, cool idea to grow it on a rooftop. Okay. Oh, are you talking about the cannabis business? Yeah, I don't know how that works. All right. We have a print, pack, and ship store, FedEx, UPS, and USPS, seeking grant funding to expand our business. Awesome. Awesome. That is super awesome. Yeah. Yesterday, and I don't think you guys were with us yesterday, the City of Faith Worship Center. So yesterday we actually talked about how you will not search for grants based off of what you are building and what your problem is. Let me break it down again, okay? So you said we have a print, pack, and ship store, FedEx, UPS, USPS, and seeking grant funding to expand our business, right? So you need to expand your business. You would actually search for grants that would help you with your ultimate business mission. Your mission is not to expand your business. That's the vision. The vision is to have a business, let's say multiple locations that's expanding. Your vision is to hire 100 plus people. That's your vision. Your vision is to make $1 million a month. That's your vision. The mission is to provide easy, let's say quality care of delivery. You know what I mean? Whatever your business mission is, you would actually search for grants and apply to grants based off of that. FedEx themselves actually give out grants as well. They give out a grant every year. It's usually at the beginning of the year, so definitely prepare for that in January. And so USPS as well as UPS, they all three of them give out grants. They're usually in around like 10 to 50,000. I haven't really seen one that's more than that. And you have to have like a FedEx shipping account. I'm pretty sure you guys all have that. And so what you do is they will ask you like about your company, right? And then they would ask you what's your mission. The people that they have actually funded, one of them was my client, right? They was a bakery shop, and they actually used FedEx. So this is a FedEx $10,000 grant that they did. This was in 2023, and they have like this cookie bakery shop. And so this woman, she's a black woman, and she used FedEx to actually ship out her cookies and muffins. Yeah. And so she talked about how she created like these vegan muffins, and she's like gluten free because she loves sweets, but she also, is a person that has a gluten deficiency or something. So she created like these gluten free muffins that still taste good and sweet, and she's a sweet foodie. So yeah, and they loved her idea. They loved the fact that she was able to do that, and she uses FedEx to ship out her cookies and her muffins. So she won the $10,000. She was like, I think the second place or first place winner in 2023. You can actually check that out on their website. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. You can do it. So where I'm coming from with that is the mission that she has is that I want to deliver these gluten-free muffins. I want to provide gluten-free muffins and sweets to people who have a gluten deficiency like I have. And I believe that they don't have to eat sugar-free and nasty sweets when they can still have the luxuries of eating cookies and baked goods without having to feel like, you know what I mean, they're replacing something. So that's her ultimate mission. And she was doing it. And FedEx loved it, and they gave her $10,000. So it's based off of the mission. All right, it's based off the mission. While you know that you need to expand your business, you know that you have a marketing strategy, you know that you want to hire people. That's your vision. What's the mission? What do you do? How do you solve the problem for other people? And whatever that solution is, then what is the mission behind the solution? And then you would find grants based off of that. And then you align your business mission and what your business does with the eligibility requirements for that grant, and also what that the grant's mission is too. So let's say the grant mission is to provide $10,000 to anybody who has a delivery business. Then you would actually take a look deeper into like exactly what are the eligibility requirements, and then you would apply to that type of grant. Okay. Robert says, are there grants for veteran-run businesses? Absolutely. They're called vetpreneurs. You can Google them. Vetpreneurs. So vetrapreneurs, I think that's what they call it. Yeah, vetrapreneur. Vetrapreneurs are veterans who own their own business. In 2020, we saw so many veterans actually open up their own veteran business, veteran-owned companies. People who have retired from the Army, the Marine Corps, in so many different places, the Air Force, And they just decided to, especially those who are in the Air Force, we saw a lot of them create their own pilot schools. So yes, veteranpreneurs is what you're called. You can visit grantwatch.com. You can actually put in that you're a veteran, and they would find grants specifically targeted towards you as a veteranpreneur. And happy Veterans Day, everybody. My grandfather was a Navy SEAL, and so he's a vet, but he passed away before I was even born. But yeah, I'm a part of that. I have Navy Federal, and shout out to my grandfather who's a vet. So I get the advantage of having like the whole Navy Federal thing, right? So yeah, awesome. Hi, Brittany. Brittany. Thanks so much for being here. Awesome. All right, so we've went through that. Grants, free money, no paybacks, no credit checks. Grants is worth you actually applying to them, even though there's no 100% guarantee. It's very important you understand how to apply to the grant. I use HelloSkip or grantwatch.com to find grants. You can do that. Okay. HelloSkip, maybe I'll put it here in the chat for you guys. You can visit HelloSkip. And the link is my HelloSkip affiliate link for all of you guys who just want to tap on it. It's in the description. HelloSkip or grantwatch.com to find grants. All right, there you go. So I use HelloSkip or grantwatch.com to find grants. Once you use those platforms and you use the filters that are in place, then you can literally start applying to grants. I get this frequently asked question all the time. How do you apply to grants? I'm going to tell you what the steps are, and I'm also going to tell you how you can prepare your answers, okay? Because in most cases, when you say, how do you apply for grants? The actual question you're asking is, what is the grant application looking for, and how do I answer these questions? You're not asking, how do I apply? Because if you ask me, and I get this a lot, and I used to do this, but then I was like, okay, maybe I'm just being a butthole at this point. So people used to ask me, and I still get this question, but people would ask me, well, how do you apply to grants in the consultations? I'll say, well, you would just visit HelloSkip or grantwatch.com. You would find the grant, and you would go through the application, and you would fill out the information and then submit the application. That's how you apply to a grant. Right. But that's literally the steps. So in my mind, when you say, how do you apply to a grant? Well, you put in the information and then you submit the application. Like I'm thinking about, you're asking me, what's the actual functional like process of submitting a grant application? That's what I think when you say, how do I apply to a grant? But with years of experience and understanding communication styles, I understand that what you're actually asking is, how do I answer the grant questions on the application that will be in favor of the grantors that will help me win? Everybody didn't read Hooked on Phonics. So everybody didn't watch Reading Rainbow. So I get it, So I'm like, okay, well, this is what it really is. So the process, you find a grant, you submit the grant application, and whatever the grant timeline has on the grant introductory page, that is the timeline that you need to pay attention to, that reassures you on when they are actually going to select a winner and make the announcement via email. Each grant opportunity has a different timeline. You have some grants where they will tell you in 30 days if you were selected. You have some that will tell you in 2 weeks. You also have some that will tell you in 90 days. So it's very important that you pay attention. Create a grant spreadsheet. Okay, create a spreadsheet of grants, of a list of grants, and then on your spreadsheet, in one of the columns, make sure you put in there what the application deadline date is, and also you need to put in there what is the date that you should check your email. Okay, cool. So I think that you guys should do that. That helps you have like your own grant list, and it also allows you to stay organized through a spreadsheet. If you feel like that's an extra step that you don't want to do, hire a grant writer. Hire a grant writer. Okay, you can always do that. So to answer the grant questions, let me go ahead and show you guys. I'll bring this up. To answer the grant questions, here are the 5 questions that most of the grants will actually ask. So who are you? What's the problem? Why now? So what's the traction? What reassurance do you have that has let you know like this product or service that you have is needed? Also, what will you do with the funds? So explain to them what would you do with the funds, who benefits. So what's the impact on your business development and also for your clients? Why you? What's the credibility? Why you and what's the credibility? Okay. Um, yeah. You could screenshot this. That's why I'm giving you guys time to screenshot this. Okay, cool. All right, so that's pretty much the main questions. Who are you? So who are you? What's the problem? Who are you? What is the problem? So my name is Shelby. My name is Shelby. I'm the founder of Grantfully, a SaaS platform for finding grants and tracking them, and also a done for you service for $30 per application. The problem is most small business owners, 84% of small business owners don't go for grant funding opportunities because they're not well educated on them. They don't have the time and grants are too confusing. That's the problem. Why now? What's the traction? And in my last, and I'm just giving an example. And let's say we don't make money, right? Grantfully doesn't make money or anything like that. We have not made not $1. Okay, so we're a startup just like how you guys. We have been able to educate people through YouTube and put out a lot of information on social media and through LinkedIn, which is the social media platform where majority of our clients are. Well, our target audience. And we have built a community of over 170 people. In that community, we have them join free weekly webinars. And from that point, they actually refer other people and we continue to grow our ecosystem. They ask questions, which reassures us that this is needed in the market. Okay. What will you do with the money? With a $50,000 opportunity, I will split it up into 5 different ways, spending $10,000 each. I will start and spending that money within the first 2 quarters of the year. A $5,000 budget for each quarter, which totals out to $10,000 going towards a marketing budget, spending that money in LinkedIn ads and Google ads. We would also use $10,000 in our brand development, tightening, which will allow us to look more credible. We would spend another $10,000 into giving back to our community, since we have been, growing our community since October of 2025. Now that we will be in 2026, we actually want to give out 2 $5,000 grant opportunities to the people who are only within the Grantfully community. And another $10,000 will go towards our payroll. Okay, that's what we do. Who benefits? What's the impact? Well, who benefits from us receiving this $50,000 grant opportunity will be not only us as a company, but also our ecosystem, right? Our clients will be able to benefit because we will be giving them a opportunity to win $5,000, 2 winners to have $5,000, one for each quarter of the year. And also we will be able to hire the necessary team to keep developing the platform, which will make the platform even more effective and efficient. And we will be able to incorporate AI, which makes it much easier to navigate through. Furthermore, we'll be able to open up, have a robust dashboard for affiliates, for people who serve other small business owners who have funding companies, but they don't offer grant writing services. So what we do is we have a white label service where they can use our white label, whatever the case may be, or they can also have their own affiliate dashboard, which allows them to have credits so we can apply to grants for there, which allows them to gain credits, right? So we can apply to grants for them as well as them referring more people, right? So it grows our company and it grows trust with our clients. That's who's impacted. All right. Why you? What's the credibility? Well, I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years. I run a successful company called Superior Small Business Development Solutions. It's based out of Miami, Florida. For the last 10 years, I've been in the development place, right? And I don't even have to say that. I can say during COVID 2020, I volunteered with the SBA and I helped them with business development coaching. I learned more about what most small business owners have a challenge with, which is getting funding. So I decided to become a grant writer. I became a 71% successful grant writer since 2020. And that means out of all 1,000 clients, 71% of them win at least a $10,000 grant. I've been able to get those metrics since 2023. I have also ran a YouTube channel for the last 6 years that teaches people about how to access grants. And I've grown that to about 60,000 subscribers and counting. And I consistently help people all across the world. I don't only just apply to grants for small business owners in the United States, but I also apply to grants for people based out of Luxembourg and like in the UK or London, and also out of Africa, from South Africa to West Africa. That's my credibility. I've been in multiple magazines. I've done multiple speaking engagements and a lot of webinars for other communities, which has grown my community to over 4,000 people alone, just with Superior Solutions. That's not even Grantfully, okay? So that is how you answer those questions. If you are wondering, how do you answer those questions? I just walked you through how to answer these questions. Does somebody need me to help you out? You want me to help you out on how to answer these questions? Let me know in the chat. These are the 5 questions. Let me back this up so we can know what's going on. Okay, who needs help? Tamla says, yes, I like the way you word how it's supposed to be written out fully. Been following your channel for a while. Thanks so much. Naturally, Oaklandish. I'm truly Floridian. Isn't that cool? Okay, so you need some help. Y'all want me to help y'all out? Yeah? Okay, so let's go through it. Let's walk through it. All right, Tamala, you're up first. Here's the 5 questions that you would need to answer when you come across a grant. If we can answer these 5 questions thoroughly and with actual facts that you can back it up, then guess what? You should be applying to grants. You've been applying to grants correctly. Who are you and what's the problem? Do you want to call me? I think this will be fun if they called in, right? What do y'all think? This would be fun if y'all called in, right? Yeah? Yeah, that way we could just have a conversation. All right, cool. Call in. So call in. Here's my number, 855-731-1487. Maybe we should do this more. All right, so I want somebody to text my number right now. Text me to this number I just put, 855-731-1487, and I'm going to call you. Let me see if I can create a quick little form real quick. That's what we're going to do. You guys, I'm going to walk you through how to answer these 5 questions. You can call in and then I'm going to walk you through it. Okay. But don't call in. Sorry. I want you to text me. I want you to say, Shelby, help me. I'm on your live right now. Help me with answering the 5 questions. Or you could just have a simple text. Help me with the 5 questions, whatever. Just shoot me a text and I'm going to call you. Okay. So that way, because this type of thing with me answering these questions, I can't do it with just like reading your comments, and it takes too long for you to answer, like, you know what I mean, right back as a comment. So this is what we're going to do. A nice exercise this morning. Okay? You're going to text me. You're going to say, help me out with the 5 questions. I'm going to call you. We're going to walk through the 5 questions together. And then any additional questions that you have while you have me on the phone, you can answer, you can ask them, and then we'll take it from there, and I'll go to the next person. Okay? So what we're doing right now is an exercise. I'm going to help you answer the 5 questions for that will help you with winning grants. If we can answer these 5 questions thoroughly and in detail, then guess what? You are ready. You are more than ready to win grants. You are answering the grant writing. You know now how to answer these grant questions, and honestly, you should be winning grants. While there's no 100% guarantee, may the best business win at that point, but you definitely have one leg up, okay? So shoot me a text if you want me to help you with these 5 questions to give you an understanding of how you should be answering them. And then we're going to go from there. That's cool? Is that cool? All right, cool. So I'm waiting on y'all. The number's in the chat. 855-731-1487. This is going to be genius. Yeah, let's just do it. I'm a Floridian girl, to Brooksville, Florida. My family lives and came from now in Connecticut. Okay, Connecticut's cold. All right, so let's see. After this exercise, I'm going to show you guys a new grant that I found, which is really cool. We're going to go through it. I haven't went through it, honestly, so we're just going to see what it's about. It's through Village Cap, and I think Village Cap is like really a VC firm, but you're just going to see what it's about, okay? All right, y'all not texting, so I'm going to give y'all like 2 minutes. The exercise that we're doing right now, okay, is you have the ability to literally text me to my number. I'll put it in the chat. You can text me to my number. I'll pin it here. And when you text me, I'm going to give you a call, and we're going to walk through these 5 grants. You can literally text me and say, Shelby, I need help with the 5 questions. And then I will call you, and then I'll walk you through it. Okay? So it's up to you. Okay, cool. All right, we got Tamala. Okay, and all right, cool. All right, so let's call Tamala and let's help Tamala, okay?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well.
Oh, that's so good. I hope you're blessed on this Tuesday.
Good morning. How are you?
you gotta mute me in the back.
Okay, so I'm mute you.
Okay, so.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Now, we're actually going to go over the 5 questions. I'm going to help you understand exactly how to answer these 5 questions. If you can answer these 5 questions for any grant application, you will be ready and you will be answering the questions properly and details like they want, and it will actually truly help you increase your chances of approvals, okay?
Okay, yes.
All right, cool. Did you mute me in the back?
Yes, I got you down. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, mute me, like, yeah, turn it all the way down because it will have an echo. Okay, good. All right, so the first question is, who are you and what's the problem? So tell me, who are you and what is your client's problem?
Not affordable housing for women with disabilities.
Who are you?
I'm the CEO and president of a nonprofit organization.
Okay. So the problem with your answer is you have to be detailed. When you are applying to a grant, you want to make sure you are detailed in saying, I am the president of a of ABC nonprofit organization that does this.
Okay. I'm writing it down. Yes, ma'am.
So let's go back again. Who are you?
I'm a president of a nonprofit organization that helps women with disabilities.
Awesome. And what's the problem? What's the problem?
The problem is not affordable housing for persons with disabilities, with children.
Absolutely. Good. Yeah,
Does that sound good?
That's simple.
That sounded good.
That's simple. Simple. The simpler you can be,
yes,
but you use direct words, the better.
Okay.
That's why I tell you guys don't use ChatGPT, because ChatGPT would have took this and said, "Oh, we are this and we are revolutionary in this." Like the buzzwords, they don't like that. That's how they know that this is over. They want that your answer to be simple and direct, like you just said. So
wonderful. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was strong enough. That's what I'm thinking in my head.
Well, what did you expect? Did you want to use these big words like, "Oh, we are going to"?
I thought the big words were the better words for the people that are going to receive it. We're going to look at it like, okay, she's knowledgeable because she's saying this the way that they would want it. Not just simple like I would say it. Like I'm talking to you, just saying the word out simple.
Exactly. No, they don't want you to. They are not looking at how smart you are. They don't care because they also know that people who are not properly, well educated, who don't have bachelor's degrees and master's degrees, can build multi-billion-dollar companies.
Correct. Okay.
So
that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's not about you sounding smart. It's about, can you actually tell us what you do and can we understand it so we can choose you and give you the money for free?
You just made a whole lot of weight just lift off my shoulders. Please, Louise, I was making it harder than it was supposed to be.
And I know most of you guys are doing that, but that's okay. That's why I'm here to help. All right, so let's go to question number 2. Why now? So what's the traction? So what made you, how do you know that this is actually needed? Like your nonprofit mission, which is helping persons with disabilities have affordable housing. How do you know? Like, why does your nonprofit, why is what your nonprofit mission, why is that needed now?
I'm running into a lot of women, such as myself, so I'll put myself in the perspective. It was hard for me to find affordable housing once I woke up from the coma.
So you yourself is a person with disability?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What's a lot of women? Can you count how many?
10 women that I have as a list that I have met at the job center, the labor department, Social Security office, and some of my medical appointments.
And when was this?
In the last 3 months.
Okay. So how you would form your answer, you will say, in the last as a person with disability, I remember a time that I was struggling to find affordable housing for myself. Within the last 90 days, I came across 10, or let's say more than 10 women or 10 people with persons with disabilities who suffer from the same problem.
Oh, wow. That sounds good.
But what
I'm trying to write it down as fast as you saying it, but that sounds so prolific. I thank you, Jesus. That sounds good.
Yeah, because what I just did was I just answered your question. I just took what you said and I organized your answer. Because what you would do, what I see most people do with this type of answer, why now, or what's the traction? There's 2 things that happen. One, they don't understand the vocabulary word of traction, so they don't know what they're asking. And then they don't know how to answer why now. They don't understand what the grant application is or the grantor is asking for. Why now? In other words, why is your mission needed right now? You understand what the problem that your clients have, but why is it needed now? Well, you can reassure them and saying it's needed now because not only did I have this experience of this problem, but also I've came across more than 10 people within the last 90 days that have expressed this problem to me as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Wow, that's so easy.
All right, so let's move forward to the third one. And this is gonna I'm gonna upload this YouTube video or whatever, so you'll be able to come back and just rewrite all of your answers. But just keep in mind that it's at the 60-minute mark of when we are going over this call. So if you want to write that down, go back to the video at 60 minutes. So that way you can, you can write down everything that I'm saying, okay? Because we're kind of going to go fast.
Goodness, thank you, because I was trying to do it at the same time that we're on, and I don't think I'm getting the right synthesis right. So blessings to you, sister. Thank you so much.
That's fine. So tomorrow when this video is up or later tonight, make sure you go back to like the 58, I would say 58 minutes to 60 minutes, and then you'll be able to like pause and go through the whole video, okay?
Thank you, Jesus. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. So let's go to number 3. All right. What would you do with the funding? So if they were giving you, I'm going to give you an example. If they were giving you $10,000, what would you do with the money?
The first thing that I would do is retroactivate my nonprofit again, because while I was sleeping, my nonprofit was lapsed.
Okay.
I found that out October the 4th, that I had to do this T something to retroactivate it for $275, because my nonprofit was up and running for 20 plus years. And then they wanted to know what happened to me. And I was in a coma for a year, and then rehab, and then the rehab facility, and then.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you there.
Right. So
you don't want to say all of that.
Okay. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm rambling.
Yeah.
I want to simplify that.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
They don't need to know that you was in a coma for 15 years and this and that. They don't need to know that. Respectfully. Yeah. Respect. I'm saying that with all respect. Exactly. Yeah. But what they are asking is, how would you use this money if they gave you $10,000? How much does it cost for you to reactivate your nonprofit paperwork?
$275.
So you're going to use $10,000 out of $10,000. So what you would say is, we would use $275 to reactivate our regulatory fee towards regulatory fees, or you can say, or you can directly say, we would use $300 to reactivate our nonprofit, information or LLC, and then what else? Because now you've spent $275, you have like a whole nother, you know what I mean, like $9,000, $8,000.
Yes, ma'am. I would actually establish business cards, do the website over and establish it even stronger. I would implement the structure to hire an assistant.
So how much is that going to cost for your stationery? Stationery is doing the whole business card thing and website stuff.
What I have already done, and I've been doing myself, I established the Staples business account. A Staples business account, Office Max business account.
How much is that going to cost?
That would go from between to $250 each.
$250 to do what?
That would be yearly, right, for supplies, materials, a new laptop, a printer, scanner, so on and so forth.
So I'm confused. So we're gonna have to go back.
It's a business account. It's a business account for the nonprofit.
I understand. So it's a business account through Staples, which is a stationery place that provides printing for you, does so many different things for your brand. I understand that. So the $250 goes towards what?
The $250 would go towards business cards, flyers, pamphlets, and extra materials that I would need to go with that printer, like ink, supplies, so on and so forth.
So that's okay. So you would invest $250 so you can receive the stationery goods needed to promote your brand?
Yes, ma'am. Exactly. Well, you know how to simplify things.
Yeah, because you was like saying that I was confused. And then so what's it's okay, so far right now we got 275, $250.
Yes.
All right, what else are you going to spend the $10,000 on?
Getting a logo design.
So how
Logo
much is
design.
how much is that going to cost?
That costs about 500 to 575.
Why?
Because it's going to be drafted by a designer that's going to draft up the logo design for me.
For $500?
Well, that's what he said he was going to offer.
Where did you find this person?
He was down at the local city hall, giving out business cards, and he gave a flyer about how much he charges for what he does for implementation of certain things that he offers, you know. So I thought that was pretty good. I didn't know. I didn't do the research.
I mean, you got to do the research.
Yes, ma'am.
You got to do the research.
Yes,
because while you are passionate, you have to be what's called a sustainable entrepreneur. They love to see sustainability. With all this AI out here, you can visit luca.com and you can get like a $20 logo that looks professional done for you.
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you're in my life, sister, because I'd have paid a whole lot of money to somebody that I didn't need to.
Don't worry about it. I'll send you an affiliate link, so they'll probably give you a percentage off, so you probably won't even pay $20. Probably like $10, $15.
You're gonna make me cry. Don't do that to me.
I said $500. Tamla, I wouldn't dare let them do that to you.
Listen, I've been racking my brains on how I was gonna get these and going for you and trying to pull these grants. I've been trying to raise this money, like the grant for the $1,000 for legacy, so I can pay these people. You know what I mean? Wow. I could do this myself on my pocket.
You know, you just got to sit down, take your time, think about it. The best way for you to do this, organize exactly what you know that you need, write it down on a legal pad or on a notebook, and then every day work towards it. But actually sit down and Google, how do I do a logo? Google should give you some AI tools that you can even use ChatGPT to create a free logo.
Yes, that's what I did. I got ChatGPT and I saved it. Perfect. And I have.
Yeah, so use what you got to get to where you're going. Wonderful. Yeah, use what you got to get to where you're going. We have to be sustainable. You're just reactivating your LLC for your nonprofit. So honestly, we got to be sustainable right now because we ain't getting no big $1 million donations to be paying $500 to somebody to be doing a logo just for a logo. No, we're not there.
Isn't it the truth? Isn't it the truth? Yeah. And I've been racking my brains about how to do it. Thank you so much for that implementation and that guidance. I really do appreciate that. Now it takes a lot of stress off my brain so I can relax a little bit more and understand the fundamentals on what I need to put more of to and towards to less than.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
So then let's also take a look at, all right, so we got 275, 250. We still got more money of this $10,000. We got more money to go.
Yeah. Okay. The next thing that I would do is after that, I would try to get banner signs and business cards. That is, I signed up with Wix and Staples for that business account with them too. So, you know, to get that drafted, because I need those to implement when you go for them. How should I say? Well, you know, you have a a business fair. Yeah. I don't have anything to just show, but stand there and introduce myself to show who I am.
So you have a website. So, okay. So you already said the $250 for Staples. So you're saying another $250 for your website?
Yeah, that's what I would need because I need banner signs so I can have the banner sign with the logo. So if I need to stand up at a like city hall or a housing event or anything with the the housing authority, so I can represent who I am as a nonprofit.
So stick with me because you're ranting. Stick with me. $250 goes towards Staples, which is a stationary thing, which I understand where that's coming from. Yes. Where the additional $250 is coming from? Wix.com.
Yes.
And Wix.com is your actual website development, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay, cool. So minus $250. We still got $9,225 left on the table.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, then you're stumped. So I really don't need to. I don't know. Can I throw a vehicle in there
How much is the vehicle? What do you need the vehicle for?
to get back and forth to certain areas of a meetup group?
But how does the vehicle help serve your business mission for your clients who are persons with disabilities who you are providing?
This is to me to get back and forth to certain agencies because I live in Bridgeport. Certain times I have to go to Hartford, Connecticut, or I have to go to New Haven, Connecticut, and I'm traveling and paying out of pocket to get on the bus, to get on the train, to get back and forth to meet these individuals. Some of these people don't live here in Connecticut, in Bridgeport, so I have to travel to them because they can't get to me.
So you can't call them on the phone?
Sometimes I can, but then they're telling me to come to them, and I get up and go there so I can hear their problem, their situation. Then I get back on the train and I come home.
So being able to have a car will make you more effective and efficient in reaching your market, your clients, so that way you can give them thorough help, right?
Yes,
So how much are
definitely.
you going to spend on a car out of the $9,225 you have left?
I found a car for $500. Wouldn't believe it. Yes, I did.
All right, so let's say we're just gonna say $1,000, okay?
Okay.
Minus
Yes, ma'am.
$1,000, we
And then
still have
insurance and everything. Yes.
$8,225 to go.
Okay. The next thing that I would try to implement is try to get I wanted a grant writer, but then I think that I didn't need one because I had you instead to guide me. So I really didn't need a grant writer, but I do have some other individuals that I might need to get, like a structured volunteer to work with me when it comes to doing the paperwork. And I went to the university to see if I can get some of those individuals.
How much does it cost? All right, so if a volunteer is free work. So
yeah, but they're on the work study. So they said they would pay a certain amount, and then I'd have to pay a certain amount.
So how much is that certain amount?
Well, they said they would pay them $15 an hour to $20 an hour per hour that they would work.
So how many hours are they working with you?
Well, I said I only wanted them to 15 to 20 hours per week.
So how much are you willing to pay them?
I really wasn't trying to pay nothing if they were volunteering, but then I had to pay them. So I would say $5.75. I don't know. That's the going rate in the state of Connecticut.
$5.75.
I mean, no, $10.75. $10.75 an hour. And then 15 to 20 hours per week.
Oh. Well, let's calculate what that looks like.
Yes, ma'am.
This is work you should be doing, by the way.
Really? Yes. I should be doing that breakdown? Okay.
You should be doing a breakdown. You're the nonprofit owner. You should actually know exactly what your payroll looks like.
Wow. I never even thought about that.
Yes, you should know. Owning, like, just operating a nonprofit organization or owning a business is not just performing the mission and receiving the money. There's so much more responsibility that you have to take on the back end within the development process. So you need to know exactly, okay, this is how many volunteers I'm going to hire. This is what I want them to do on a daily basis. This is how much I'm going to pay them, which you said is 20 hours times $10.75 an hour, which means for every 20-hour week, they will receive $215 from you. And if you times that by, let's say, 4 weeks, that's $860 for one volunteer.
Wow. You know, I never thought of it like that because, wow. Okay.
What I want you to do because we'll spend a lot more time on this. You
Yes,
still have like
yes,
after me taking out like $1,000, that's still $7,000 you have left to try to explain how you would use a $10,000 grant. What you need to actually do is sit down and think about, if I receive at least a $10,000 grant, how would I actually like spend that money? And you need to break
okay,
it down the way that I'm actually giving it like going through it with you. These
yes,
are the
ma'am.
expenses. What I'm going through with you is expenses. You should have a business plan that actually outlines all of this stuff. There's no way
Okay,
you can go for funding or grants until you have thought thoroughly of exactly what it costs for you to run your nonprofit organization. What
yes,
are the things that you need? What are your consistent fees? And how much is it going to cost you to to do everything you need in order to be effective and efficient in your nonprofit organization mission? So you have to go to the drawing board. You must do this. You have to do this. This
I
is,
was making it simplified, and I was doing injustice for myself because I was trying to make it easier.
I understand,
I
but no, there's
understand.
no way, there's no easy route to entrepreneurship, even being an
I
organization
understand.
leader.
I
You are
understand.
taking on a responsibility of
Yes,
being the president and being the founder and being the head lead of this. So
yes.
this is actually the basics of, when you are becoming a organizer, right? When you are doing these things.
Thank you.
So it's very important that you understand what it really takes to do this. And this, while we're stopped at number 3, what would you do with the money? And a matter of fact, I noticed that most small business owners and nonprofit organizations, when you guys are just starting, that you are simply just going for funding, but you don't know how to answer this question. What would you do with the money thoroughly? Like how I'm breaking it down with you. And it's simply
Yes,
because you are chasing the money so much. But with the money, what will happen is that if they gave you $10,000, excuse me, you will pay for all of the things that you think you need, which only costs about $2,000. And guess what? You would still have a leftover 5,000 something dollars or $7,000 that you have to spend. And what happens is, especially with nonprofit organizations, you guys will spend that money or hold that money, and you will spend it on personal use.
you're
That's why
absolutely right.
nonprofit organizations, a lot of people go to jail behind doing stuff like that. And aside from that, startups and small business owners who they get a $10,000 opportunity and then they don't spend it on what they said that they were going to spend it on. What happens is, then later on down the line, they don't receive the clientele that they're looking for because they're not investing correctly, or things just start to fall apart because you didn't have a strong foundation of exactly, you didn't actually go with the plan. This question, people think that they have it all figured out about what they will use the money for, but I'm
Yes,
telling you right now, it's very important that you use this money on the expenses and you know exactly how you would invest the money. If you gave me $10,000, like I explained earlier, I would break it up into, let's say, five different ways, and I will spend $2,000 in 5 different categories. 2,000 in payroll, 2,000 in marketing, 2,000 in, let's say, my brand development, 2,000 in giving back to my community, and another 2,000 because I want to do, I don't know, like a give back, a giveaway or something like for the children. Whatever those 5 categories I would name, that's how you want to answer that question. What would you do with the money? But what we're doing right now on this phone is that we are actually going through and doing the work that you should have already did.
exactly. Thank you so much. You broke everything down.
Yes.
That's the way I wanted to do it, just the way you said it. But I didn't know I could do it like that. That's a different way to think about it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Yes.
Really do. Oh my goodness. You're suffering now, prepared solutions.
So the next question is, who benefits? What's the impact? We understand that the people that benefit are the persons with disability who need affordable housing. So
Yes.
that's literally direct. You can just say that. And then why you? What's your credibility? Well, your credibility is simply one of the things that you can say is that you are a person with disability who has, and this is where you could tell your story. You went through a coma and then you woke up out of your coma and then you noticed that you were looking for affordable housing opportunities and there wasn't many there. So you created this nonprofit organization to help other persons that are suffering from the same problem as you.
Point blank, period. There you go.
Okay.
That's it.
Book a one-on-one consultation with
Love
me.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, you have to book a one-on-one consultation with me. We've been on the phone for 25 minutes, and I think it's very important that we have a longer call. So I'll send you the link, and whenever you are available and ready, definitely click the link in your text messages, okay?
Thank you, Superior Solicitor. Thank you, Miss Shelby. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, who's next? That was 25 minutes. I just did one person, but I'm not going that long anyway. I promise the next person that texts the number and says, okay, I want help. We're gonna call our friend in just a second here. But I promise you we're not gonna take that long on this one, okay? You are glowing. Thank you so much. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Kyrie. So what we're doing right now is I'm helping you answer the main 5 grant questions that each grant application asks. And if you want me to help you answer these 5 questions and you don't know how to answer it, then this is the perfect time to text my number. I just pinned it in the chat. You can text my number and say, help me with the 5 questions, and then I will call you and then we will walk through it together, okay? All right, so let's call our friend. This won't be long.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm so fine. I'm blessed to have you here. How's everything?
It's going pretty good.
Oh, I love talking to you. So I'm so happy that we're doing this exercise together.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure you have it figured out. So let's go through the 5 questions, and I would love to hear what your answers are, and then I can help you possibly tighten them up. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, cool. So the first question is, who are you and what's the problem?
All right. Well, my name is Jordan Washington. I'm the CEO of a game development studio called Melanin Interactive, and we produce high-quality video games that blend cultural heritage with fun and entertainment.
Awesome. What's the problem?
The problem is that young women and girls, Black young women and girls, make up a passionate growing part of the games industry, but they're vastly unrepresented behind the scenes and on screen.
That's right. Get it, Jordan. All right. Why now? So what's the traction? How can you prove that most Black women or Black young girls are not being represented in the video game world?
Well, as of 2024, that about 12% of gamers are Black women, and only 5% of games currently only 5% of Black women and girls actually work in the games industry. And speaking with people whom I mentored, I released a game earlier this year with a lot of Black characters in it. Speaking with the streamers, they voiced their opinions, gave their testimonies, and so there's a lot of need for this.
Oh, what? 12%?
12% of all gamers are Black.
That's a big percentage, actually, if you think about it.
10.5 million.
Yeah, that's like a lot of Black women that do. I didn't even know we're gamers like that, for real, for real. I mean, I know we're quite tech savvy, but I didn't know we really in there for real. Okay, look at us. Okay. All right, yeah, okay. So what would you do with the funding if I gave you $10,000?
Well, I would hire a game engine programmer, which will cost about $7,000 just in the first month. And what they're going to do is develop the core engine architecture and rendering pipeline. After that, the rest of the funds, 200 of it will go to a coding repository and plugins that are needed to assist with the programmer. And then I believe that leaves about 2,800 or so will go to a technical designer to work alongside the
engine programmer for documentation and coding support when needed.
Let's go. Love it. Simple. I clearly understand why you need this, but clearly you need the money. Okay, cool. Who benefits? So what's the impact?
So the impact is young Black women and girls, getting them more interested in STEM-related programs because that will help them branch off to different career pathways, not just in the games industry, but also simulations, film production, and other entertainment fields such as that.
Awesome. What does that look like when you're growing that community? So like, obviously you were getting them more interested in it, right? They would feel more comfortable with being in these spaces. Maybe what I would like to know is like, what's the opportunity? How can I like express this? Like, okay, so what with you getting them more interested in these industries? How would you be able to like grow those like the industry with getting them more interested into it with like let's say game development? So like with understanding how game development is and that you guys are under 12% of the game industry is Black women and that 12% is being underrepresented. Well, with that, out of that 12% or with that 12% and what you're doing, how can you be able to like, I'm trying to find the most easiest way and simplified way to ask it. I'm pretty sure you get what I'm saying, but like, how would you be able to increase the want to like develop games in that industry?
Oh,
you know?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're going to be documenting the process from beginning to end. We actually have already started.
Okay.
So this is going to be community engagement
Okay.
on platforms such as Stream and YouTube.
Oh, I like that. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you understand my question. Sorry if it was like all over the place, but I was just asking because I was like curious. Okay, that's cool. So why you? What's the credibility like? Why you?
Well, I have over 6 years of experience in the games industry. Released a game called Spirit Swap, partnered with Xbox and Steam earlier this year. Worked on Avalon MMO, which helped to raise over $13 million in funding to get that started. I have a background in production, budget management, and also narrative designer. So I've been working with a lot of startup companies, a lot of bigger companies, and things like that.
Oh, yay! Shout out to you. If you guys don't know, this is Jay Brittany, who's always in the chat. Thank you so much for the exercise. I've as always, it's a pleasure speaking with you. That was awesome. I would definitely give you $10,000 for sure. And I'm so happy things are going well for you. And shout out to you. I didn't know you got the partnership with Xbox. Girl, give you your flowers. Okay, that is so dope. So yeah, keep doing your thing. You know, I'm always here for you if you want any, additional advice. But it sounds like you got it going on, and I really do appreciate you tuning in every day.
All right, thank you for having this being live every day.
Okay, well, if you guys don't know, this is Jay Brittany. She has something outstanding that she's working on, which is amazing. And I can't wait to see the finishing touches of everything. And, I'm going to support you and do all the best I can to get people to top on. So enjoy the rest of your day. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome. That was so fun, right? That was a 7-minute call. That was so fun. Yeah. Anybody else? Or are we all good? So you guys understand how to answer the 5 questions, right? Yeah. You guys understand how to answer the 5 questions? We're good. That exercise that we just did for the last 32 minutes was I had you guys call in to the number or you text me. I called you and I helped you answer the 5 questions. We did that exercise with 2 lovely people that are consistently here on the YouTube channel, on our live streams every day. So I'm so happy you guys actually did this exercise with me. Thank you so much to the ladies that did it. And I really do appreciate your participation. So that's that. That is how you actually enter the grant questions. If you guys want to write this down, if when this video uploads later tonight or early tomorrow morning, make sure you start it at the 58-minute mark, so you can watch the whole 30-something minutes of us actually going through this exercise. That 30 minutes is going to reassure you of exactly how to answer the 5 main questions that grantors are asking, okay? That grant applications are asking. All right, so let's go over a quick grant and then I'm going to let you guys go. Is that cool? All right, so there's a grant that I wanted to go over really quick. So let me bring it up. It's called the Sage Impact Entrepreneurship Program. I remember them doing this at one point in time, but then I'm also like, I don't know. I have to, let's read it together. I didn't go through this grant, so we're gonna go. Oh, sorry, we're gonna go through it together. All right, let's see. All right, so this is the village. You can visit billcap.com. I'll put the information in the description. All right, so Sage, it's the Sage Impact Entrepreneurship Program. It says scaling solutions for people in the planet 2026. So let's see what they're giving this money out for. Now, in the second year, this multi-year initiative supports 165 entrepreneurs across Europe and the US who are making a positive environmental, social, and economic impact in their communities. So let's go about the program. The program focuses on fostering a community of visionary leaders who can drive systematic change through innovation and collaboration. In partnership with Sage Foundation, this year's program will support 12 early stage and under-resourced startups based in Europe. So that's UK, France, Germany, Portugal, and Spain, through its annual core cohort, offering tailored mentoring, Sage's product support, grants, and strategic training. So if you're based in the UK, pretty much, or in Europe, this is for you. An additional 15 startups will join the community cohort and have access to various resources, including a curated digital platform, a whole bunch of tools, and visibility through Village Cap's website and social channels. All participating startups will receive 2 years of program. This stream, it froze. Are we back now? Let me go out and come back in. Let's see. It's back? Okay. All right. Well, I can't see it here. Maybe I should just refresh it on here. Internet. I'm in the US. This is not even supposed to happen here. This is not even supposed to happen here, which is crazy. Okay, let me edit this. Answer the questions. You are ready for grants. All right. Okay, so I had to update the information here on in the description. So when we get off, you guys have what you need in the description. Visit grantfully.org so that way you can take a look at the grant writing checklist. We have a free webinar on Saturday. Which is going to be really fun. We're going to talk about how you can get your website built for funding opportunities, right? And how you can also have AI and all these automations and stuff. So if you're a person that doesn't have all of those things put together, this is a perfect webinar to be a part of. Make sure you are a part of. You visit grantfully.org, download the free grant writing checklist, and then you will start to receive emails of the webinar. You'll receive weekly grants that you can apply to and all kind of stuff. So I started reading this book. You guys don't know, this is Alex Harmos's book. I started reading it, and so far, so good. I actually like it. I like to read at the beginning. I'm at the beginning still. So I've read what he's went through. Him and his wife went through, and they are a product of losing a lot of money. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. And this book is actually going to, not only this book, but this one is the one I'm most interested in. I'm most interested in this one, okay? Because we got to get some more people in the chat. So this book right here that I've been reading, it's also so far so good. I like the way it's worded. I like that it has pictures and it's easy to comprehend. And yeah, I'm not an affiliate or anything like that, but shout out to them because it's, you know what I mean? It's a pretty good book. And whatever I learn in here, I'll share it with y'all. I mean, you know what I mean? I purchased the book, but I can just share it with you guys. Whoever wants to know what's a good way to market your business and get a whole bunch of people to sign up for whatever you're selling, and how to create offers and stuff, right? So I already know that stuff, right? I've been running my company, but these are new strategies that I can implement and see if it works out. All right. So yeah, that's really fun. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go. We've been on here for about 2 hours. I really appreciate you guys' time. We did a really great exercise. We went over a grant and we got to speak with our people. Maybe we can do this exercise again tomorrow. I don't know. We'll just do a different business strategy or something. So yeah, make sure you're prepared tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your Veterans Day. And I will see you guys same time tomorrow. Okay, friend? All right. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye for now.